As we reach the end of the semester, it's time to start thinking about classes for next year. The teachers from the English department are here to give you 3 reasons as to why you should take their class.
All right, guys, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you should take speech communication. Number 1, I get that it is the biggest fear in America, but it is also the number 1 skill that hiring managers look for when they are trying to find a good job applicant. Number 2, it is a fun class. We are laughing all of the time in speech class. We are always having a blast. And number 3, and probably the biggest reason, I think it's the best class you can take at Lakes High School. Now I may be a little bit biased, but because of the previous 2 reasons, that puts you right at the top of the list, so you should take speech communication.
The top 3 reasons to take Intro to Journalism are: 1, you get to explore the field of journalism as a potential career or major before you even get to college. 2, it's the prerequisite for Eagle Eye News and Talent Times, meaning when you pass the class with a C- or better, you can automatically take either publication or sign up for both. And finally, it helps you brush up on your writing and speaking skills, which are not only helpful for the publication electives, but in general will help you out in school.
3 reasons why you should take broadcast journalism. 1, it's an out-of-the-box opportunity. You don't get to have any other classes like this at Lakes High School. 2, you get to work with some pretty cool equipment. You got cameras, you got microphones, you got video editing. There's all sorts of unique opportunities with this class. But 3rd, the most important one, is that you get to create Eagle Eye News, which is enjoyed not only by the students, not only by the staff, but by the entire community. So you should join broadcast journalism.
My top 3 reasons for joining Talent Times or print and digital journalism are: 1, it is relevant experience in the field of print and digital journalism. We do everything from planning the issue, writing, editing, laying it out and designing spreads, dealing with advertisers, learning how to be a photojournalist and use Photoshop. All of that is relevant experience in the field. Secondly, that is experience that you can take and make into a portfolio that you can bring to colleges you're applying to or even jobs that you're applying to. And the final reason is you have the opportunity to get leadership experience and work collaboratively with a team. So that's all relevant experience for life and the workplace.
One of the favorite things that I love about this class is we actually get to produce a product. Our job is to be the historians for the school year, and what a crazy year this is, and next year's going to be just as crazy. So come out for yearbook and, be a part of Lake's history.
You should take creative writing if you want to become a better writer, a better reader, and a better observer of the world, both around you and inside of you. Take it.
So Media Lit is a class that looks at the news media and then music and television, film, magazines, social media, and it creates an opportunity for students to study how we are delivered information and how we consume that information so that we can better understand the world that we are going into.
AP Seminar is kind of the first of the 2 courses. You would take that before you take AP Research. AP Seminar is based on, really developing skills that revolve around doing research at a higher level. The really cool thing about it is you kind of get a free direction where you want to go with what you're researching. The only restraints are that you have to kind of attack a problem or approach a problem. But other than that, you really get the freedom to choose what it is you want to talk about. There are a couple of projects that you have to do. One is a team project, one's an individual project. And then, of course, there is an AP exam attached to the end. AP Research is really free reign. Other than a few constraints dealing with ethics, you are able to really choose what it is you want to look at. You also create your own experiment or figure out how you want to explore a new area of research that's never been done before, or at least not in the way that you want to.
American Studies is a unique class for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's 2 periods long. It's both English 3 and U.S. history combined. It's also unique because it's twice the size of a normal class. It's twice as long, it's twice as big, and we also have 2 teachers. It's myself and Mr. Reif from the social studies department. It also counts twice in your GPA, so an A in that class counts as 2 A's, mathematically. it's the only course like it. It's interdisciplinary. It's twice as long. And we also can do a lot of activities that you just can't do in a normal English class. When they are learning about something like the Civil War, we are reading speeches or nonfiction about that same historical event. So they get to look at history through different lenses, and they get some context, some historical context for the fiction or nonfiction that they're reading.
People should take Women in Lit because it is so much more than a class where you read and take quizzes. It is a class where you can make connections with your peers and have class discussions that go so much further than the pages of the books. This class is a community. It also is a class that connects to your daily lives. We discuss gender roles in society and how they have changed over time. All of this is with the intention of having each student walk away with knowing a little bit more about themselves at the end of the semester.
Sci-fi, fantasy, horror looks at those three genres of literature to try to teach all of the normal things that you would do and would read about in an English class. We still spend a lot of time talking about character development and themes and motifs and everything that you would get in a normal English class. It's just that we do it with The Hobbit and zombies and science fiction. And it's a great class, and I encourage you to take it.
The three reasons that you should definitely take Modern Lit next semester are: we read books that when you become an adult and you decide you want to go to a bookstore and you want something just kind of entertaining or interesting to read, we read those types of books. Secondly, we constantly are discussing. The things that we're discussing, they relate to the books, but they also relate to a lot of real world issues. The third thing is we do some writing, but we don't do a traditional English paper. And we do some fun, creative writing in Modern Lit.
The top 3 reasons to take world literature. Number 1, you read some good books like The Kite Runner and Born a Crime. Number 2, you become a more informed citizen of the world. And number 3, you can learn how other cultures influence our thoughts and our actions.
If you have any questions about these classes, be sure to email the teacher of the class.